Arizona Painting Company is one of the largest house painting companies in the state. We do interior painting, exterior painting, epoxy flooring, and faux finishing.
We take care of your house from start to finish. Power washing, fixing cracks, caulking around all windows and doors, re-nailing all the loose wood around the house. Foundation gets waterproofed and scraped. We mask everything completely off, and then we do the painting. For the interior of the house, we help you move the large furniture. We completely cover everything in plastic. We fix all the cracks in your walls. We texture any areas that need it. We caulk around all the windows, the trim, the doors, and then we brush and roll everything with 2 coats.
I truly believe that Arizona Painting Company has some of the best painters in Phoenix. Most of our painters have been with us for over 10 years.
My vision with the company is to do quality craftsmanship, use the best materials available, and make the customer extremely happy and have that customer relationship.
The thing that separates Arizona Painting Company from other companies is our customer service. From the office answering your calls 7 days a week, to the painters and the professional crew that's here with a foreman on site the whole time, we are dedicated to the customer from the start to the finish of the job.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets trembling, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land under the free? Oh, the land under the free. 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 Oh, the land under the free
Welcome to All Pro Racing. My name's Mike Ellis. Behind the cameras, Michael D'Amico. Got a very special event lined up, the Arizona Painting 200, right here at Talladega Superspeedway. Partly cloudy, 65 degrees, no winds, relative humidity 55%. Cash prize to first and second place tonight. This has been a tournament that's been going on over the last several days with qualifying races, and everyone had to qualify to get into this race. And a lot of money on the line here for the winning pair. We wrap up practice and get ready for qualifying. Scott Bailey, fastest in practice with a 50.386. Right behind him, Jeffrey Smith, 50.387. Damon Gilbert third, Dustin Lee fourth, Stephen Hendren fifth. Many thanks to All Pro Racing's special sponsor tonight, Arizona Painting Company. With so many residential painting companies to choose from, it can be hard to narrow down all of your options. Find the best company out there. But for all your residential painting needs in the entire Phoenix area, please check out Arizona Painting Company. Call us today, 480-926-7700. And many thanks to them for helping us get out here and present to all of you some of the best racing on the planet, virtual or real. So as these guys, practice has been checker flagged as we get ready for the qualifying. It'll be a 2-lap, best lap counts. These guys will tape up. Oh, interestingly, it's open qualifying. I didn't realize that. So we got 5 minutes, really quick, of open qualifying. I don't even know how many laps they can get done in 5 minutes. But they're gone. They all pull off a pit road as a stampede. It'll be important to hook up with your partner right away. Thanks for joining us tonight. Make sure to like us over at Facebook. Search All Pro Racing. Make sure to like us on YouTube as well. We broadcast usually every Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, right here at All Pro Racing. As the first lap times are starting to roll in, but these are not going to be the fast ones. Should be the next time by or the time after that. And we do see some pairs working together out here. Taking a look at NASCAR news this week. We wrapped up the regular season at Richmond, and the big news was the big redneck who climbed the fence and brought out a caution. So some racing at Richmond, not a lot of people were real happy with, but Brad Keselowski gets it done as they start the chase for the championship. In other news this week, Tony Stewart and Kevin Harvick are swapping pit crews as Harvick continued at Richmond to have pit crew woes, slow stops, and losing the lead on pit stop exchanges. So they've decided to wholesale change the crews out and see what happens. Neat, good idea in my opinion. Cross the line again. Let's see what the times roll in here. It's like our provisional pole sitter Dustin Lee with a 50.639. Damon Gilbert second, 50.655. George Bark third, Stephen Hendren fourth. Mitchell Reeves rounds out the top five. Lots of league members in here from other leagues. We want to welcome all them. Thanks for joining us here at All Pro Racing. About 1 minute left here in qualifying before we grid up and take them racing. 75 laps tonight. Many thanks to Arizona Painting Company. And they're offering a 10% discount on all residential painting jobs in the Phoenix area. September and October have some of the best weather of the year. Now is the time to get your house painted. Hurry up and call and get booked now. As checkered flag is going to be out in about 1 minute here in qualifying. Oh, and we got a new provisional pole sitter, Dominique Dyball, sneaks in there with a 50.2. Whoever he was working with didn't get a lap time. Obviously, he's up there in front of Dustin Lee and Damon Gilbert. As we get ready for our Gatorade starting grid, lots of cash on the line for first and second place here. Long race, 75 laps here at Talladega. My name's Mike Ellis, and we have Michael D'Amico behind the cameras. For the Arizona Painting 200, let's go through the grid. Dominic Dyball on the pole with a 50.229. Dustin Lee on his outside. Damon Gilbert starting in the third spot in the Kart City 68 Chevy Silverado. Starting fourth, Dennis Sather. Starting fifth, Joel Wood in the 79. Starting in the sixth spot, George Bark, Bark Competitions, Chevy Silverado. Seventh, Stephen Hendren in the 419 Hulk Special. Mitchell Reeves starting in the eighth spot in the Aaron's. Number two, Matt Clifton starting in the ninth spot in the 53 MCR Motorsports Chevy Silverado. Kevin Crane rounding out the top 10 in the SVR Pad. It's a Texas thing, Chevy Silverado. Bobby Stewart, 16. SVR, StewartVirtualRacing.com. Chevy Silverado starting in the 11th spot. Everett D. Lane starting 12th. In the Fast Lane Racing Chevy Silverado. Jeffrey Smith starting in the 13th spot in the Exalta. Jeff Gordon Flame Colors. Scott Bailey on the outside. Texaco Haviland. Coors Light Silver Bullet. Super Speedway Specialist Kevin Utley starting in the Northern Tools, number 9. 16th, Chris Bland in the Northwest truck. Starting 17th, Donald Jinks in the Goodwrench Service Plus Racing Chevy Silverado. All-Pro Racing's very own Jonas Hankins sporting a brand new paint job tonight. The Hankins Freshwater Fish and Snails. What? Oh, and he's got a special on the side of the quarter panel here. iRacing special, 1 male and 5 snails, $8 plus shipping and handling. 5 female guppies as well. So quite a bargain there if you're into the whole freshwater fish and snail thing. Rod Romanus Sr., iRacing's very own Iron Man, starting in the 33 Bass Pro Shop Chevy Silverado. 64 Cecil Red A in the Napa. Starting 20th, and that'll round out the field of qualifiers tonight. Hoping for a good, clean, competitive race here. Thanks for joining us at All Pro Racing. How suiting it is. We have a painting company being our title sponsor tonight, and we got all these great colored trucks out here, sporting custom sponsors and such. Pace car lights are off. We're about ready to take off here. Green, green, green. Dominic Dival brings him down 2 by 2 by 2. Dominic's from Ohio. Raced in Dustin Lee on the outside from Carolina. Outside lane is fading quickly as everyone goes to the bottom. But Damon Lee slots up in front of Dustin Lee. Known teammates, these guys always work together. Won't take them long to take the lead here when there's no one pushing the 15 on the bottom. They're clear. Yep, Dustin Lee brings them down. They leave the 22 hanging out to dry there. That's Dennis Sather. And Dennis able to sneak it in line there in 5th. They're lined up on 1st and 10th. Got to spread out behind the 10th spot back here. Boy, and the 42 and the 419 are coming. Stephen Hendren working with George Bark, take the lead very easily from Dustin Lee and Damon Gilbert. And shows some strong muscle here early. We got another pair entering the picture here on the outside. Be the place to be if you're pushing pair. Our new leader here, Stephen Hendren, in the Hulk Green Special. Getting a run on the outside here for second. 65 and 16 working together. That's Kevin Crane and Bobby Stewart. They were scored 10th and 11th a lap ago. So made some big progress here to the front. Clean racing so far. Let's talk about some of the strategies. Obviously, some of these guys going all out, trying to get to the front, race up front. And you got other people like Hankins and Jinx holding up the back here. Just riding, waiting for that first caution. A long race, we know we're going to have to stop. And so Hankins and Jinx trying a little different strategy here. Let's pick up Cecil Rene holding up the last spot. Donald Jinx, Chris Bland actually has lost the pack, the draft it appears. So Chris is going to need a caution. He's currently 20th. But back up front, we got a full pack for him now, 2 by 2 by 2, all the way back. We're on lap 575. Like Cecil Rene might be losing the pack too, losing the draft. It'll be 18 here in this lead pack. This is when it's dangerous. If something happens, everyone can be wrecked. So these guys, it's not easy as it looks, folks. These guys are racing their tails off up on this wheel. Boy, these guys doing the pushing must be getting hot by now. Bart, as well as the 16 of Bobby Stewart. Got to manage those temperatures and duck out a little bit and get offline so you can get some air into the radiator. And wow, I didn't expect pack racing like this. I thought they would spread out. But boy, we are tight. All these guys about halfway back in this pack are really checking up. They're having to get off the gas, maybe even touch the brake a little bit so they don't run over everybody in front of them. There's really literally nowhere to go. Everyone's content to ride at the moment. No one making any drastic moves here. And just as I say that, Hankins goes high back here at the back of the pack. Perhaps trying to avoid something. Give you all an update on the NASCAR iRacing Series official Road to Bro. Wrapped up this last week at Richmond International Raceway. I myself finished 8th in division, 136th overall. Been a great 26 race season. Certainly looking forward to 2015 already. All Pro Racing will continue to run the NASCAR iRacing Fix Series. Make sure to join us every Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. and join us in TeamSpeak and race with us in the NASCAR iRacing Series. Back up front, the Hulk machine continues to show the way with lots of help by George Bark there. And boy, look at the inside lane all of a sudden dominating here. I think what happened is Bobby Stewart had enough, and he had to really back off on that outside lane, and that's the result. And boy, they almost touch. Dominic Dyball. Kevin Crane, door to door there for a moment. That was close. Make sure to check out one of our affiliate leagues, PAD.org, PADD.org. People Against Distracted Driving. I'll tell you what, out here in Talladega, you cannot lose focus even for an instant, or you're in somebody or into the wall. Everyone content just to ride and burn off fuel. Lap 11 of 75. Sometimes the hard part of racing is being patient. You just want to get up there and race for the lead. But you guys know it's early. We've got a long ways to go. Let's not put ourselves in a bad position by racing too hard. I think that's exactly what we're seeing out of Damon Gilbert here with Dustin Lee. Content just to ride as a second pair on the bottom lane here. They have not made a push for the lead at all. And just as I say they're being conservative, they decide to take it 3 wide here for 7th. Dominic Dyball is kind of, then he dives down to the bottom. Whoa, and we have people pitting, the leaders pitting. Stephen Hendren, George Bark pull it down on lap 12 of 75. Certainly some pit strategy going on here. This is early. I imagine they think they're within a fuel window that they can make it from here on no more stops. I tell you what, that's going to be tight. I don't even think that's possible. A little bit slow for George Bark, but they both pull off together. We'll have to follow Stephen Hendren, George Bark, and see what in the world did they pit for. Back up front, Damon Gilbert's our new leader in the Kart City 68. We didn't get a good look at these trucks during the grid. They didn't take the grid in time for us to look. Dustin Lee in the Olive Hills Welding is the pusher. He's getting a lot of help, I'll call it, from Dominic Dyball right there. Pushing on a guy in the middle can be dangerous. But Dustin managing it well. So now it looks like Rod Romana Sr. has lost the pack. And now we only have 15 in the lead pack. These other guys are really going to need a caution to get caught back up. And let's check in with All Pro Racing's Hankins and Jinx. Riding out at the back of the pack still. Hanging on there. They haven't lost the draft. Just trying to be safe. Still haven't figured out the math on Hendren and Bark and why they pitted. And no matter how much I cut it, I don't get it at lap 12. So we'll have to ask them about that. We're running the Arizona Painting 200 here at All Pro Racing. I'm still pleasantly surprised at how the pack is working out tonight. I thought for sure these guys would be spread out by now. But Ben Green, the whole time, lap 17 here of 75. They're staying packed up. Lots of good drivers in here trying to win the cash. So we're seeing a lot of respectful, clean racing and not a lot of bad moves. Kudos to all our drivers out here. Good stuff. And Dustin Lee still managing this pack. Running from the second spot on the bottom. And really manage the pace of what's going on based on what you need for cooling. You can see him pushing there through the corner and then backing off down the straight, trying to cool that off, but also maintain that track position on the outside. A lot of these guys hoping for a caution. I bet they do not want to pit under green. More than likely, trying to pit as a pack can certainly be entertaining for us up here in the booth, but not so much trying to get on the pit road cleanly down to the pit road speed of 55 miles an hour. Can be difficult. Oh, as the 47 goes a little high there on the outside lane. And he takes it 3 wide. 3 wide for 6th spot. Decides better of it, starts to pull into lane. All these guys kind of getting off of each other a minute. I think everyone's really hot. And then there they go. They pack right back up. They can't do that for very long or you'll get left behind. Lots of experience out here in this field. several previous winners from this season at All Pro Racing. Looks like one of our leaders is going to be pitting. Dominic Dybel is called out a pit stop here. Let's see what happens. He's there on the bottom in the third spot. These guys are getting ready for their green flag stops. Looks like we got more takers going to come this time. Damon Gilbert, Dustin Lee stay out. And we got 4 of them pitting, including Dybel. Let's take a look at Dominic Dybel's stop. Along with the 53 is pitting. The 79 and the 2. Mitchell Reeves, Joel Wood. As they come in for fuel only, no tires on any of those trucks. Meanwhile, back up front, pack is on the backstretch, all lined up on the bottom here except for 2. I expect most of them to come in this time. Lap 22 of 75. It's a little early if you're going to try to make this race on 2 stops, so they're probably going to have to do 3. And we got some more takers for pit road, 4 more, as our leaders continue to stay out. Scott Bailey is on pit road, along with Jeffrey Smith, Donald Jinks, and Jonas Hankins. Jinks slow getting to his box. Back up front, we still have 7, it looks like, in the lead pack that have not pitted. Let's see what they do. They're all lined up on the bottom here. It looks like when this shakes out, well, we'll have to see. Everybody else is pitting. Dustin Lee is in hard with Damon Gilbert. And it is a penalty if you speed on pit road. And all these guys will probably not take tires, I would guess. Fuel. If it was me, I would take right side tires. Yeah, Damon Gilbert takes right side. So does Dustin Lee. 22 takes no tires. That's Dennis Saylor. As they all pull off a pit road here. Let's see how the scoring cycles out. And I think Bark and Hendren just took the lead. They did. But remember, they pitted on lap 12. The rest of these cars pitting between lap 22 and 24. And so Hendren able to get the lead here with Bark pushing on an alternate pit sequence. And let's see how the timing and scoring shakes out as they cross the line. We should be shaked out. Everyone should have pitted by now. And sure enough, Stephen Hendren is our leader. George Bark, they're switching right now. And they got quite a lead on the pack, 6 seconds. So the pit strategy is paid off for the time being. Obviously, these guys are going to have to pit a lot earlier than the rest of them. But we'll have to see if and when the caution flies and how that affects their strategy here. But right now, George Bark, our leader, and Stephen Hendren in second are looking pretty good. Let's pick up the pack, what's left of it, as they come up to lap. Rod Romanus Sr. going down a lap. The 47 and of Scott Bailey, Jeffrey Smith, Dustin Lee, Damon Gilbert, Matt Clifton, Mitchell Reeves, all running in this pack. Joel Wood, Dominic Dybel. These guys are trying to organize right now to figure out how to chase down these leaders. Looks like the guys that pitted late really lost out there. .5 seconds back, so Bark and Hendren actually pulling a gap. Yeah, that front pair, they pitted on lap 12. Everyone else pitted on laps 22 through 24. We're currently on lap 27. That means our front pair are going to have to pit in the next 5 laps probably for fuel, if my calculations are right. And the main pack will motor on by and retake that lead. So we'll have to see how this shakes out. I'm still not convinced it's going to work out for Hendren and Bark, but we'll have to see. Guys are trying to manage the pack here and pushing, but it's not working out very good. They're not staying together. See if we can pick up the third pack with Dennis Sather in the 11th spot and Everett D. Lane. Many thanks to Everett helping us out at All Pro Racing with some of our paints here in the last couple of weeks. Thanks, Everett. Also running right there, the 16, Bobby Stewart and Kevin Crane. Running SVR paint. Stewart Virtual Racing. But these guys are actually losing time to leader. They're about 11 seconds back. Let's pick up Donald Jinks and Jonas Hankins in 15th and 16th. They're 23 seconds back. And they need a caution. They are not able to catch the people in front of them. So, as our leaders split up front and change spots, now Bark is our leader. Hendren is the pusher, and these guys are smoking these other guys, pulling a gap now, 6.9 seconds. And if this stays green, I'm not sure the pack's going to be able to keep up with these guys. Now the gap is over 7 seconds back to third spot. Joel Wood. Looks like Rod Romanus Sr. is taking it behind the wall. Tough break for Rod, finishing dead last. Surprisingly caution-free here at All Pro Racing for the Arizona Painting 200. Talking about Arizona Painting, hiring a right commercial painter company is necessary if your business wants to maintain both a professional work environment for your personnel and a welcoming space for clients. Get it done right the first time. Call Arizona Painting Company. And schedule a free estimate now with Arizona's leading interior and exterior painting company, 480-926-7700. Back to the action. Not much action up front with the lead pair working together. Mark Hendren now have a 7.5 second lead over the next pack back, which is third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, and 10th. Third through 10th, all running together here. Their attempt to organize kind of looks like it. Joel Wood and Dominic Dybel in danger of losing these this middle pack here, and they're pushing like crazy. Currently 9th and 10th. It looks like the pack behind them is actually making up ground on the middle pack. Dennis Sather in the 22, running 11th, Everett Lane 12th, Bobby Stewart and Kevin Crane continue to catch the pack in front of them. So kudos to them getting up in there. But I don't think they have anything for this lead pair. And by my calculations, this front pair should be pitting now. They are. They're pitting now. Our leaders are pitting. Hendren and Bark pull it into pit road. I knew they were going to be out of fuel. And they will give up the lead there. Scott Bailey is our new leader. And they come down for no tires, just fuel. Get off together. Good, quick stop for Mark and Hendren. They pull off. Lap 36 to 75, no cautions. We've gone through a green flag cycle of stops, and we're going to be approaching another green flag cycle here as the leaders just pitted. They're on a different strategy. I think they can make it on one more stop from here, so. Meanwhile, up front, Jeffrey Smith, Scott Bailey go to the high lane, and Dustin Lee, Damon Gilbert take the lead from them. '79 takes the third spot. That's Joel Wood. front, the Olive Hills Welding. Let's take a look at the back trunk lid of this truck. Dustin Lee, our leader. And we got a new leader. Joel Wood takes the lead for the first time with help from Dominic Dybel. And that cycles the 36 up to third spot, Jeffrey Smith. Working together with Scott Bailey in the Texaco Haviland machine. I think these guys still have about 8 or 9 laps of fuel. Most everyone else besides Hendren and Barker are on the same strategy here. So I still think they got 8 or 9. Scott Bailey making it look easy up front here. Pushing on the 36 of Jeffrey Smith. And wow, we're seeing pairs voluntarily give up the lead here in an effort to try to outpace Hendren and Bart. Love to see the teamwork amongst the different pairs here. We'll have to see how this shakes out. If it stays green, I think Bark might have snookered him. Kevin Utley in the number 9 now showing 1 lap down. In the 19th spot, that's 18 cars on the lead lap. Not sure what happened with Jinx and Hankins. They're 20 seconds back from this pack. Must have had a problem I missed, but they certainly are not in contention anymore. Kevin Utley takes it behind the wall. Not sure what what happened to Kevin there, but he's out of the race. And we got another leader. The 47, Scott Bailey, pushes on by on the inside. We never see that in iRacing. I'm very surprised to see the pairs working in this manner. Well, we'll have to see if there's an advantage or not into how these guys are racing. Even if they pit now, they still have to pit again. They won't be able to make it from fuel from here. So it looks like the Mark Hendren strategy might work out where they have the same amount of stops. Can't imagine how Bart can predict that this thing's going to be caution free. But so far it is. Lap 43 of 75. The Arizona Painting 200 here at Talladega Superspeedway. Oh, and we got a couple pitting here. Dominic Dybel and Joe Wood decide to pit. And so the green flag cycle starts. And you really got to make sure you pit with somebody. Back up front, we got 3 pairs. They're all spread out for some reason, but I think these guys are all preparing for pits. Might be best to be spread out. Matt Clifton, our leader, he pits with Mitchell Reeves, but Clifton in really hard and deep. Let's see if he can get it slowed down. Really nice getting in. As Clifton pits with Mitchell Reeves at the 47. Scott Bailey and Jeffrey Smith also pit. That leaves the lead to Dustin Lee and Damon Gilbert, followed by Dennis Sather, Everett Lane, almost 4 seconds back. So Dustin Lee, Damon Gilbert, the only ones left of that middle pack that we had formed. Looks like everyone's pitting on different laps, over 3 different laps. And here comes Lee and Gilbert as they pit. They get in super hot too. Our leader is pitting. That's going to turn the lead over to Dennis Sather, I believe. Gilbert and Lee are side by side on pit road. Oh, and Dustin Lee has to back up. He went through his pit stall, and now he's getting tires. When Damon Gilbert gets no tires, and they pull off, might have been a miscalculation there by Dustin Lee. Back up front, Sather and Lane, Stewart and Crane, and they all pit, all 4 of them. And Lane really fast in there. I don't know if he's, I bet he got speeding on pit road. That was fast. And this is going to shake out where George Bark, Stephen Hendren are our leaders again. And boy, we got us a race. So it looks like the times have cycled here past timing and scoring. Our new leader, Stephen Hendren, George Bark, with a 7-second lead over Everett Lane and Dennis Sather. Which are just getting up to speed again. So we need to let them cycle through the line one more time here and check the gaps. Okay, now we got accurate times. Hendren Bark have a 10-second lead over Clifton and Reeves. Dustin Lee, Damon Gilbert, Scott Bailey, Jeffrey Smith. But we got a lead pair, and then we got a middle pack. The middle pack isn't really formed. It's basically 3 pairs trying to hook up and run together. But looks like their strategy earlier of trying to catch Hendren and Bark didn't work out for them. They've lost another 2 seconds on that cycle of green flag stops. Gilbert and Lee up to third and fourth, but a good 10 seconds back from our lead pair. I do believe everyone has to stop one more time. We're on lap 49 of 75. Sure to go to facebook.com/allproracing and hit the old like button to keep up to date with all of our events over here at All Pro Racing. This tournament has been very popular this week over the last few days, culminating in tonight's tournament. Big cash prize to the first and second place winners. Many thanks to our sponsor, Arizona Painting Company. Schedule a painting quote with them today by calling 480-926-7700. Let's reset the field and go through the field. Steven Hendren in the Hulk Green Special. Really the class of the field here with his partner, George Bark, in the Bark Competition, 42. They have a 9.7 second lead over third place. Mitchell Reeves working together with Matt Clifton in the MCR Motorsports. This pair trade places with the 51 and 68 of Lee and Gilbert. Running seventh, Scott Bailey and Jeffrey Smith. They're showing 11 seconds back. 5 seconds back from them, Dennis Sather and Everett Lane, working closely with Bobby Stewart and Kevin Crane. And then farther back, 13th and 14th, Jinx and Hankins. 36 seconds back from our lead. Joel Wood and Dominic Dybel right behind them. Our final pair on the lead lap, Chris Bland working together with Cecil Rene. 17th and 18th. So our trucks are spread out all over. Don't expect a caution when they're all spread out like this. So, knock on wood, everything should finish out caution-free. We're lap 53 of 75. Whoa, looks like somebody's pitting here. That Matt Clifton and Mitchell Reeves take it on the pit road. And they are in the window, I think, for fuel. So these guys pitted not long ago, and now they're pitting again just a few laps later. Oh, looks like the 2's getting tires. And the 53 isn't, but they pull off together. So more strategy being played here by Clifton and Reeves. Not a bad idea considering the position Hendrick and Bark had putting everybody in. And we know they have to pit again. They should be running out pretty soon. We are within a window. Lead pair holding their lead at a 10.2 seconds. And green flag talk stops continues. Everett Lane, Dominic Dybel talking about when they're going to pit. They're currently 8th and 9th. So I believe our last place runners, 17th and 18th, Clifton and Reeves, are the only ones who can make it from here without stopping. So we should be seeing the rest of our leaders pitting. "20 laps to go." Our top 5 stay out again. Realistically, only the top 8 are really in this race. Everyone farther back, I think, is just too far back. With no cautions, it's been quite a sprint race. Very competitive. Our leaders go by pit road again. Talk from Dustin Lee. They're going to pit in the next couple laps. We should be seeing them come down here shortly. Oh, and we do see Everett Lane and Dennis Sather pull down on pit road. Sather has a hard time getting it slowed down, but looks like he does. Coming in for their final stop. No tires, fuel only here. As our leaders are pitting, Hendren and Bark pull it down pit road, side by side here. And 3rd through 6th stay out. So Scott Bailey will be our new leader, pushed by Jeffrey Smith, Dustin Lee, Damon Gilbert, 3rd and 4th. They're probably going to pit next time by. Hendren and Bark still sitting on pit road. Now they pull off. That seemed like a long stop. We'll have to see how this shakes out here. Hendren and Barker back out, and here comes the leaders up behind them. No, excuse me, that's not the leaders. That's Hankins and Jinx. Okay, we got our leaders on pit road. Lee, Gilbert, Jeffrey Smith, and Scott Bailey all taking it down pit road. Lap 59 of 75, getting our final fuel stops. Nobody's taking tires. And Hendren and Bark retain the lead after that cycle. That Joel Wood goes to the outside here with help from the 15, Dominic Dybel. They almost touch with Bark. They're going for the lead. Remember, Wood and Dybel stopped early on this round, and it paid off. They're back up here with Hendren and Bark. Jinx and Hank is running right up here in the top 10, but they still have not pitted. So they will certainly lose those that track position when they pit. As our leader switch, George Park heads to the front. Actually, looking at Dominic Dival's laps, looks like he last pitted on 47. And that was not within the window. So these guys still have to pit again. The 15 and the 79, I'm pretty sure, have to pit again. So they're currently third and fourth. Once they pit, that's going to cycle back, I believe, to Dustin Lee and Damon Gilbert, currently 8.8 seconds back. So they did pick up a little bit there. They were 10-something seconds back before those green flag stops. So it looks like they picked up a couple seconds. I don't think it's going to be enough. Desperately need a caution. Kind of surprised by the lack of people taking tires. Most everyone fuel only. Occasionally saw some right side tire changes, but not much. These tires will wear out after this many laps, I guarantee you. So looking back at the 5th through 8th, the small little pack here running together. Chris Bland, Cecil Renee, Damon Gilbert, Dustin Lee. I believe Bland and Renee still have to pit though. And here comes Jeffrey Smith and Scott Bailey. Lots of good racing tonight, but boy, it looks like this race is going to be decided on strategy, which included this front pair taking their first pit stop on lap 12. Just kind of got them separated from everybody where they could push on their own, and they were able to push a gap on everyone, and that was it. Once you get the gap, it's hard to erase it without the caution. So kudos to Hendren and Bark for figuring out a winning strategy. Unless a caution comes out, it appears they pulled it off. We're on lap 65 of 75. Thanks for joining us at All Pro Racing. My name's Mike Ellis, Michael D'Amico behind the camera. 11 laps to go. Still waiting for third and fourth spot to pit. Joel Wood and Dominic Dival, I'm pretty sure, are going to be out of fuel here in the next few laps. It's not a bad strategy because the longer you run your fuel out, you get closer to the end of the race, the less fuel you need to take when you pit. So you can have a quick pit stop and hopefully get out and not lose too much track position. Just got word from Joel Wood, Dominic Dival, they're going to pit. They're currently leading this race. Nice to get some TV time for these guys. as they pull off and head to pit road. And Dominic really hot getting in. Caution's out. Caution's out. We got us a wreck. The 53 is involved of Matt Clifton. Been working together with the 2 all night of Mitchell Reeves. Going down the backstretch. They're in the high lane here. Mitchell goes low and runs into the side of his teammate, and they wreck. Clifton up hard into the wall. Everyone else able to get by. So only one car wrecked in that. I think we do have resets here tonight. And wow, how things can change. '53 into the wall there. Great finish going to happen here. Bark and Hendren had this thing tied up with a bow. If it had stayed green. Let's see who pits. And nobody pits. I believe that was the end of the pit cycle. With Dominic Dybel, Joel Wood on pit road when the caution came out, getting their final fuel stop done. And what a break for Hankins and Jenks, who just barely hang on to the lead lap there, and were able to come around and catch up to the pack and make up all that lost track position. Let's see if we can get a driver interview here.
Had it wrapped up with a bow on it. You had this thing all but won. Boy, tough break with the caution, huh?
Yeah, tough break, but I mean it's all right. It'll be a good finish for the sponsors and for everybody out there watching. So good luck to us.
Well, I thought you all were crazy when you pitted on only lap 12, but a neat strategy. It broke you away from everybody. You guys were able to push and get a gap and keep it. So great run so far. We'll be watching. Good luck out there.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Let's pick up one more. Let's pick up Damon Gilbert in the 68. You got it?
Yeah, I got you, Mike.
Well, lots of drivers up there trying to show up this first pair. Mitchell Reed's been up there, Jeffrey Smith, Scott Bailey. But it looks like you and Dustin Lee seem to be the best of everyone else. Now, with this caution, and you make up the 10 seconds, do you got anything for these guys?
Well, I don't know if we've been the best all day, though, but we're just trying to play the strategy, and obviously Mark and Hendren had it perfect. And I just hope that me and Dustin are quick enough up there. I'm kind of confident, but I'm kind of not, that we might be able to get back up to them. And I just would like to thank Arizona Painting and Michael Angeles Painting for hosting this, or sponsoring you guys. And yeah.
All right, we'll be watching. Good luck out there.
Yeah, no problem.
The ultimate pay it forward. A neat story. All Pro Racing's very own Damon Gilbert won one of the qualifying races, won $10 cash, decided, hey, let's pay it forward. Let's put it in the pot for the big race on Tuesday night. And so that's what we did. And even more money for the winners tonight. Interestingly, the pace car lights are still on. I thought for sure we would have got the 2 to go or the 1 to go here. So we'll have to see as we come back across the line. Concerned that we haven't gotten the 2 to go. Thanks for joining us at All Pro Racing. Because of the extended caution, let's see if we can pick up another interview. I'm going to talk to Jonas Hankins.
Mike Ellis in the booth for Jonas Hankins in the Hankins Freshwater Fish and Snails Chevy Silverado. You got me?
Just for Mike.
Well, it looks like you picked up a sponsor. Congratulations on that. We've been watching you and Jenks kind of right around the back there, but as soon as the pit cycle started, looks like you lost a lot of ground. How's your race been?
It's been pretty struggling out here, you know. Been struggling all night, but I'm just glad to be a part of it. Thank you. To all the sponsors, to get this thing popping and keeps going, you know. But it's been a pretty much struggle night, but we'll see what we got.
All right, get her done out there.
Pace car lights are out now, so we will be going green this time by. We're doing single file restarts here at All Pro Racing, which can make for unusual restarts here. You cannot pass to the left before the green flag or before the line. The leader gets to dictate the pace and a lot of different things when he takes off and where on the track he's going to position himself when he takes off. So we'll have to see. They're down low. I always thought it's a good idea to be up high. We'll have to see what Bark decides to do. At this point, I believe it's Bark's race to lose. These guys have been the class of the field all night. They've had the speed and the strategy. Right now, we're going to have a good old-fashioned shootout coming to lap 71 to 75. And the pace car is getting ready to pull off there. Pull those belts tight one more time. Spark slides it up high. And it looks like third place is leaving a little gap there. And we're green, green, green. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Everyone quickly dives to the bottom here. And right now it's all about getting connected with your spouse. Whoa, as we get one down on the apron. That's the 36, Jeffrey Smith. Quite a big moment. If anything, that just let our pair up front get away even more. Bark is our leader as we're 3 wide for second, or for third. And Gilbert and Lee finally get their act together. They've already lost 6 or 7 truck lengths. Let's see if they can push up and overtake these leaders. Hendren is managing this race spectacularly from second. Can he keep it cool? More to go. And Lee and Gilbert go to this high lane. That allows the 15 and 79 to suck up real fast on the bottom. They're now in third and fourth. And they sneak up to the top, collect Dustin Lee. It's on. The big one is on. Holy moly. And it looks like it's going to end under caution. George Bark, Stephen Hendren winning the race. We'll have to see if we go back to green. In desperation move there. That pair coming in on the inside had such a head of steam. They couldn't resist moving up. The 15, Dominic Dybel, involved with the 79 of Joel Wood. And looks like Joel has kind of got into Dominic just a little weird there. Kind of shot Dominic to the right a little bit. And they were already against Dustin Lee, and it was on. Dustin had nowhere to go. Everett Lane completely caught up. And boy, wrecked trucks everywhere. Talladega is a cruel mistress. I tell you what, you can have a good race for an hour and 15 minutes. These guys have been on track. And it all is over in an instant. And boy, Dustin Lee gets tore up, had nowhere to go. And everyone behind him all getting caught up there as the track blocks up. 64, Cecil Renee spins around many times. Bobby Stewart involved, Jeffrey Smith involved, Donald Jenks. And we're coming here. Let's get back to live action. We're behind the pace car. A lap 74 of 75, and I believe we're not going to go back green. Let's see if we can get our driver interviews with our winner.
Well, it looks like we're not going back green. Congratulations on the win. You guys win the cash. First and second, get the big prize money for this tournament here, the Arizona Painting 200. Boy, great strategy, pitting on lap 12. Talk us through your race.
Yeah, it looked like it was a gamble there pitting on lap 12. You know, even if we got a yellow there, it wouldn't have mattered. But since it went green for those first 12 laps, we just decided to do it and play the race kind of backwards, I guess you could say. And it sure did help, you know, until this yellow, but it ended up working out the best way, and I really got to thank Steve, you know, sticking with me through the qualifiers and tonight, you know. He's the best, man. Thanks, Steve.
Well, congratulations. These tournaments are not easy to win. You've won a couple of our races. Good job. Stephen Hendren, let's get a word with you. Second place. Hey, you win some money too. How about that?
Yeah, man, I appreciate you guys putting this race on. I just want to thank George too. Couldn't have done it without him. Both of us together, we make a great pair. I think we were the fastest trucks. Appreciate it. Thank you guys.
All right, great run, you guys. Really class of the field there. Let's pick up our final podium finisher, Joel Wood, in the 79 truck. You got me?
Yeah, what's going on, Tyler?
Well, hey, congratulations on a podium finish. You worked a lot there with Crane. Tell us about your race and how you got to third.
Yeah, I was working with my teammate there, Dominic Dybel, the whole race, and I got in a little bit of trouble at 47 Blue, but I just kept the hammer down on that last restart, and I wasn't sure where he was, if I pushed him up into the car there, but we had a pretty good truck all day.
Yeah, it looked on the replay like he was going to go up. He wasn't quite clear, and then you kind of followed him, and it was on after that. But, hey, you survived, got to third place. Congratulations. No cash for you, though. Try again next time.
Yeah, Mike, thanks Arizona Painting, and Michael D'Amico Painting. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you guys for putting this on.
Yeah, Mike, thanks again, man. Same to you, thanks for announcing, man.
Well, there you go. The Arizona Painting 200 is in the books.
I just want a quarter for
And George Barg from All Pro Leagues, from Pro Leagues is the name of his league. George Barg takes home the cash with Stephen Hendren in the Hulk machine. Joel Wood finishes third. Kevin Crane fourth. Everett D. Lane fifth. Chris Bland sixth. Damon Gilbert seventh. Jonas Hankins eighth. What a comeback for Jonas. Dustin Lee ninth. Caught up in that caution and is still going to bring it home ninth, it looks like. Dominic Dybel also caught up in that caution. Going to finish in the top 10. Rounding out the lead lappers, Dennis Sather 11th, Cecil Rene 12th, Scott Bailey 13th, Jeffrey Smith 14th, and Donald Jinks rounds out the top 15. Thanks so much for joining us at All Pro Racing. Make sure to join us every Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, for more special events and great racing. Many, many thanks to our sponsor tonight, Arizona Painting. For all your painting needs in the Phoenix, Arizona area, both commercial and residential, make sure to check them out. My name's Mike Ellis. Back behind the cameras, Michael D'Amico. Thank you very much, and we'll catch you next time.